So, engine mounts. Obviously we ordered the brand new engine mount, and how do you know this is the OE supplier? Well, you can see that the OE supplier actually scrubbed this off because it probably had the BMW logo stamped on here, which is which is pretty funny, right? Because if they didn't do that, BMW would just, I don't know, they probably have rights to go back to them for whatever legal issues. And obviously, if you're purchasing this versus the BMW, you're probably saving over 50%. We'll put a link down on, you know, how much all this stuff costs, but this is significantly cheaper, and it's the same thing as the genuine BMW part without the stamping. Okay. And remember, this was actually e-Torx, basically an external Torx, but the replacement is not. The replacement is, thank God, it's just the regular socket. It's just the regular socket that looks like a 13, but we're gonna hand tighten this first. It's okay. And you can see the nub, it can only go on one way, okay? I'm gonna do the other side, and then you want to make sure that the engine mounts, which are over here on top, you want to make sure that this engine mount here basically goes on the engine arm, or else, you know, you're gonna have a difficult time trying to snake that in. So we got that in place. So we will go ahead and screw in the engine mount bolts from the top, and then we'll screw this in from the bottom. Actually, we're gonna screw in these guys from the bottom, and then we will start on the top one, just so that it's positioned correctly. Okay. And like we mentioned, these are completely different size than what it was before. It's not the e-Torx. These are going to be, I'm pretty sure they're going to be 13s. Okay, and then to the other side. What I'm gonna do is a little trickery. Basically, because the bolts are gonna fall out, what I'm gonna do is basically tape this on like so they don't fall out, and then I'm gonna screw it in this way, and then hopefully it stays on. Okay, it's going in. Okay, so that's in there. The tape trick actually worked really well. There was another YouTube post that I saw, and they used exactly that method. Well, it worked out perfectly fine. We have here the Rogue Engineering transmission mounts. Basically, this is actually rubber, And as you can see, there's notches here, but it's pretty much a bolt through design, meaning that it goes right through the center, but there are metal reinforcements. I think, you know, from what I heard, and I have this in my E36 M3, excellent design, excellent product. So, you know, Rogue, obviously they're local New Jersey vendor, manufacturer of some of these parts, and definitely want to support them. They've been producing quality stuff for BMWs for a long time. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in the transmission. These are the transmission mounts. We're gonna take off the transmission brace, and then we're gonna drop that slightly. We're gonna take the old ones off, and then we're gonna put the new ones on. These are the OEM transmission mounts, as you can see here, made out of rubber, right? Not the best thought out design, and obviously we are going to replace this. This is the Guibo, the flex disc. Looks like the flex disc is in okay condition. That is something that I did want to change, but as we add more power, we will eventually replace that, but not today. What we're going to replace are these two transmission mounts. All right. Okay. There's a nut. And should be able to basically push this guy up. As we lower this will loosen the tension. But we're gonna take this guy off as well. Okay, there we go. And that is the transmission mount. Set it aside. We are gonna need to. Okay, there we go. There's one guy, and the notch, I guess, goes right into this slot. There we go. And here is the Rogue Engineering one. Very nicely made. I don't know if we need the notch. Oh, we do need the notch, actually. You guys can see where the notch goes. I'll show you. That's going to be the bottom part. Okay. When it goes on like that, it helps it from moving around. So we'll install the bottom piece first. Okay. We're not going to go super tight yet. Come on, baby. There you go. All right, we're gonna hand tighten these guys, and then we will bolt down the top. Super simple, and your shifting will definitely improve with a more stiffer feel transmission mounts. And the great thing about the Rogue transmission mounts are that they're solid. They're not a Delrin material, or they're not aluminum, right? They're not a solid aluminum piece. That's not what I'm talking about. They are not built with this weird kind of, you know, this weird shape where the top and bottom are bigger than the center, right? There's going to be a lot of flex, a lot of give. I could even move it with my hand. Like, you can twist it, and that's what a transmission is going to do. It transfers, you know, the gears and the power to the guibo, the flex disc, and then back to the differential. So there's going to be a lot of movement from the engine. You know, that's why we replaced the engine mounts, but we also wanted to replace this. It's a sure thing that, you know, it's gonna change the way the shifter feels. All right, so 13 millimeters is all you need. Definitely get a long 13 like so for these bolts, and then make sure you have an angled box wrench with the side that you can put in, because you don't have a lot of room here. Finger tighten it first and then tighten it down with this, and the same at the bottom. You can use a long 13 here. Just put it in, blast it on, blast it on, blast it on, blast it on. And really simple mod, but I definitely felt like my transmission's getting a little bit tired. So we're gonna do the fluid change now, but we just changed the transmission mounts to the Rogue Engineering.